Hi, welcome to my garden. Today is Saturday and you know what that means. We're going to do a quick review of this garden, then we're going to go to you and celebrate what's going on in your garden. Now I was asked about the peanuts, and it's really hard to do a full review of the peanuts since we companion planted in amongst the tomatoes and everywhere else in the garden. But this little patch is coming on just fine. One of the things I found using peanuts as a companion plant with tomatoes, the peanuts seem to use a little more water than the tomatoes do, so just be aware of that. Now, if you're new to my channel, you're in for a real treat. Saturdays we spend most of the time going to you and celebrate what's going on in your garden. After all, this is where we get ideas, this is where we get inspiration, and this is where I get the motivation to come out here every day, show you what's possible in your garden. Now my wife says, how do I not see these great big ones up here? Well, they are pretty good size. And we got these purple beans from a contributor down in Florida. Let's go on down and see what's going on in their garden. I think they planted some more of these. Bruce's Florida food forest is in every stage of growth, from ripe mangoes and avocados to next round of seedlings. Bruce, your dragon fruit is even setting round 2. What a treat! Bruce has replanted all of the tops from the pineapples I harvested this summer, ensuring that they're going to have a really nice bounty again next year. And yet, there's still pineapples to be picked this year. Bruce, your success has motivated this entire group, and we sure do thank you. Bruce, that's amazing. Now, I know it's going to take me a long time to grow any kind of pineapples, bringing them in and out of the house here in Oklahoma, but I still have a couple Charleston Grays growing. Let's go ahead and take a look at a couple more of our friends around the world. Walter's fall garden is almost mature enough to start mulching around. All of his root crops, the carrots, the beets, the radishes, and all the rest, they all sprouted very well. Walter's beans and peas will be climbing shortly. And his peppers are really kicking into high gear. Walter, your inspiration this summer was wonderful. Thank you. We look forward to your harvests. Reese's container garden had kind of slowed down on the production end, but as we pass the heat of the summer, it's actually starting to increase production. His peppers are absolutely loaded. The tomatoes are coming on. Thanks, Reese. This is incredible. Leave a comment down below and let everybody know just how much you appreciate them sharing what's going on in their gardens. I'm telling you, our friends and neighbors are just spectacular. Around 2 of the cucumbers, we're going to actually get a couple cucumbers. Some years you have a good year, some years you have a bad year. This wasn't my best year for cucumbers, but it looks like we're going to get a few right here at the end. Let's go ahead and take a look at a couple more of our friends. Round 2 in Denise's raised beds is looking very good. In less than a month, this garden has gone from seeds to ready to set fruit. Denise also stopped to harvest some of her sunflowers, enough to eat and replant again next spring. Denise, this is very exciting. Thank you, and we look forward to your harvest. Scott is down to his last 2 lotuses of the year, but we sure do thank you for sharing such beauty all summer long. Scott did share some of his main garden with a couple rabbits. That prompted him to put a cage around. He still managed to harvest tons of okra. His beans didn't produce so well this year, but his tomatoes are going to give him some fall fruit. Thank you, Scott. Hit that like button. It lets YouTube push this out to more people that might want to learn how to garden. Getting close. It's getting close. As Art's garden is finishing up, his eggplants and peppers are now taking over. It was a summer of bounty, and it's not over yet. Those peppers look awesome. Thank you, Art. By looking, you would know that this is Jason and Robin's first attempt at gardening. They started small with 1 raised bed. Just look at the okra, the tomatoes, the peppers. The bounty that they've been harvesting all summer long is amazing. They've even ventured out and got a couple suckers in containers for the winter. Impressive. Simply impressive. Thank you. I'm telling you, our friends and neighbors are absolutely amazing. I've got quite a few reapers that are ready to come off, and this thing is just loaded with little ones. Oh, we'll probably be out here doing a harvesting video shortly. And I probably should have staked this up a little better, but this thing is so loaded with fruit. These are our Sweet Mad Hatters, and it's just loaded also, and it's got a bunch of little ones coming on. This is the time of year in Zone 7 where the peppers really take off. Let's go ahead and take a look at another one of our friends. Rob and Valerie made it through the Texas heat and a neighborhood marauder who fancied their grapes. It's best to have some professional help. That way a marauder is actually relocated and don't get away. Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. This shows us all the possibilities. Their container garden is simply blessed. Rob, Valerie, thank you very much. I need to take a couple pointers from Rob and Valerie. By the looks of this sweet potato patch, it didn't deter Chubby very long, and I think he's making a point. He's eating quite a few more leaves. We're not quite ready to start digging. I think we got a hill or two, but then again, and looking at our Labor Day patch, we've got beans, squash, corn. Has anybody ever said you can't have enough beets? Turnips, spinach, and it's really fine, but we have all the onions up. So I'm pretty happy with how our Labor Day planting's gone. You can do this too. When you plant carrots in a container and you don't have to worry about the slugs, your germination rate goes way up. We're starting to get some nice radishes coming up in the box. Round 2 of our beans trellised up really nice, and they're starting to make little bitty beans. Our mini okra aren't making okra quite as fast as the rest of them, but we're picking every day. And where this one wasn't ready to come in last night, well, it's not ready to come in now either. It's just ready to eat. You can do this too, and I invite you to join this community. We're a loose-knit community of people that get our hands dirty and like to grow things that taste good. And the only commitment is send a couple photos when you feel like it. If you don't feel like it, it's okay. I guarantee you all other gardeners would love to see what you're doing at your garden. Yeah, there's a couple that I'm going to have to come out and get that the wife's not going to be able to reach. We'll probably come out here this evening and do a harvest video. I hope you join me for that. And until next time, remember, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and God bless you. Come on, let's plant.
Let's go plant garden.